First Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. First Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any provide not for his own, and specially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Give me the amplified version. You know, I told you I love amplified. Let's read together, all of you that are able to see it. Let's go, one to go. If anyone fails to provide for his relatives, especially for those of his own family, he has disowned the faith by failing to accompany it with fruits, and is worse than an unbeliever who performs his obligation in these matters. Provide for his own, not provide for her own. His, not her. It's not the wife that provides, it's the man that provides. Even if the lady you marry is a multi-billionaire, you are still the one that has the office of providing. It doesn't matter how much she has. If she likes, let her own the whole city. For being her husband, from your meager income, you owe God and her a responsibility to steal from that income. Provide for her. Some men marry ladies that have money so they can be lazy for life. So taking care of your wife is part of the Christian life. It's part of your Christian life. Taking care of your wife. Give in church, sow seeds of love, but you are not giving in your house. You give in church, you sow seeds, you bless people, but the one you do in your house is not called giving. That is your responsibility. When you give money to your wife, you are not sowing a seed. That is your obligation. That is your responsibility. That is your job. You give her money, you provide for the upkeep of the home, you pay your children's school fees. You didn't sow a seed. You are not supporting the work of God. That's your responsibility. So you must provide. So if a guy is talking to you about marriage, you want to check, what do you do? Where do you walk? That's what the word of God teaches. Every husband must be a provider in his home. Number 4, you must give affection. A husband must give his wife affection. Affection has to do with physical demonstration of love, not just giving things. Your body belongs to your wife. That's a biblical obligation. So there must be affection. You must physically demonstrate your love by your speech, by your gifts, and by your gesticulations. Very important. Some men don't know how to talk it, but they know how to do it. So whichever one, whether you want to talk it or you want to demonstrate it, you must be affectionate. Some people can talk from now till Jesus comes. Some men are so poetic that even when they are saying, let me have my food, a poem follows it. Let me have my food. You know, the bowl you're using for that or for that oatmeal looks like your eyeball. They are poetic in everything they do. And there are some no talk, only action. The way they will hug the wife, the way they will talk to her, the way they will clean her eye, or the way they will touch her hair or something communicates love. They are affectionate. A man must have some affection for his wife. Otherwise, there's no point to marry her. If there is nothing in her that is making you admire, that you want to touch or respond to, then you didn't marry. You transacted. Because if it's marriage, It will have affection. There must be tenderness, just like Jesus. Gentle Jesus, meek and mild, just like Jesus. You must be a tender person. A husband must be tender. If you didn't learn it before, learn it now. Some men will say, I don't know it and I don't want to learn it. You don't know it, learn it. Develop it, start it, grow in it. As a husband, you must practice 1 Corinthians 13. That is your chapter. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love does not insist on its own. Love is gentle. Love is long-suffering. All of those attributes and adjectives for love in 1 Corinthians 13 are for the husband, because the husband is to love as Christ loves the church. Love suffers long. How long is long? Till the end of life. Patience in marriage is fundamental. And you must be patient till the end of time. Patience in marriage is fundamental. And you must be patient till the end of the age. A woman owes a man majorly character, and a man owes a woman majorly responsibility. So when responsibility meets with character, a successful marriage is brought in. Because majorly, what a man owes a woman majorly is to be responsible. Responsible towards her in all ramification, emotionally, physically, affectionately, materially, and otherwise responsible. While a woman owes a husband character, submission, commitment, friendship, loyalty. When that two is together, a successful marriage is born. As the head of the marriage, a husband must demonstrate the God kind of love. You must respect your wife. A husband must respect his wife. Don't talk to her anyhow in public. Don't insult her before her children. Don't shout on her in the presence of her house helps. Husbands, are you hearing me? Don't talk to your wife in the presence of your children anyhow. Don't call her names. Respect her. Very important. Respect your wife. If you're displeased about something, give it a bit of time. When you cool down a bit, excuse her to a private corner. I don't like what you did, and I don't want you to do that again. Okay? That's it. Don't tell her, you have started again. You have started again. And all the house helps in the house are standing at attention and coming closer. Idiot, stupid woman like you, witch like your mother. Where is that coming from? Have you ever had Christ look at us and say, you have come again? Christ doesn't do that. Christ doesn't do that. Even if she has done it 10 times, when you're going to address it as if that's the first time. Hey, I've told you, I don't like that. Stop it. I'm not pleased. I'm not pleased. And you're supposed to please me. I'm not pleased with that. Easy. You don't have to go like, idiot. Hey! Madam. When you were approaching her for marriage, did you do, hey! Madam. You didn't do that. The way you married is the way you keep the marriage. You were tender, you were nice, you were kind, you spoke nicely. In the marriage, that's how to speak. You don't have to blow off the roof. The important thing is that you communicated what your thoughts are. You communicated your dislikes or your likes. As a husband, respect your wife. We're in a culture in Africa where African men are taught not to respect the woman. Natural African culture. And there are many men like that. And you men in Power City, you must be careful. You are in this world, but you are not of this world. Even in domestics, don't leave your wife to be the one to wash your clothes, cook your food, clean the house. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Some women have washed clothes that when they shake your hand, you will not know when you're saying, please remove the hammer from him. The hand is skillful in battle. He said the hand was it. Boop, boop, like the hammer. So don't let your wife develop hammer hands. The hands are so rough that when she touches you, you are angry because of domestic abuse. She has washed, she has cleaned, she has cut grasses in the house. She's the one doing everything. African man. And you still sit down and say, I want pounded yam. She has pounded until her hand has become a pounder. Never mistake yourself. Let her land you a touch. That is the day you will appreciate the training the hand has undergone. A loving husband gets some house helps. Get people that will wash the clothes for you people. Pay them some money. Get people that will assist her in cooking. She doesn't have to cook all the time. Making your wife cook all the time doesn't make you a good man. Love her enough to cater for the things that will make her comfortable. Get some house helps. Take out of your salary and pay them monthly to assist her, because she also is involved in other responsibilities of making your home run well. Don't leave everything for her. That's not Christ-like. Jesus gave us a helper. When he, the comforter, is come, he will help you. Jesus gave us a helper. Get helpers for your wife. To help her with cook, to help her with washing clothes, help her with home duties generally, if you can afford it. And if you cannot afford it, sit down with her and plan how to share the home duties. You can wash all the clothes, both your own and her own, and let her cook. Yes? Yes? No, I'm serious. You can do the washing because you can't afford it. It's not her fault that you cannot afford it. Yes. So since it's not her fault, it is natural to see men washing clothes. It's natural, isn't it? Look around the society. You wash the clothes. Let her cook the food. Let her go to market. Let her tend for the children. Let her make sure the house is clean. Let her make sure the beddings are in place. Yes. You sit down. Or if you like cooking, then let her wash the clothes. You do the cooking. You go to market. How much is a pound of meat? Baba Ogale in the market. It just means that you are being Christ-like. Your mother may call you woman rapper. It's better you are a woman rapper and please Christ than you're an African man and displease Christ. You've got to look at it. Look at the home duties. Look at how busy your wife gets. And some men think, well, you know, my wife is just a housewife. It is easier to work in the office than to be a housewife. Am I communicating? It's easier to go to the office every day, sit down at the desk and sign things and write things and walk around and just be Mr. Nice Guy. Domestics at home is a whole full-time ministry. Washing, cleaning, mopping, washing clothes, washing beddings, fixing the bed, fixing the house. And God bless you that you have 3 boys. Oh my goodness, that woman will clean that house 20 times a day because boys are never sitting down. Assist if you can't afford it. Two of you sit down, look at the home duties as joint heirs of the grace of God and say, hey, you know, I love you. I want us to be able to take care of our home responsibilities nicely. What do we do every day? Look at it. Okay, I go to work, I come back. When I come back, I'll do 1, 2, 3 to assist what you do. Yeah, that's the way it should be. Not that you come back and cross your leg. And so what have you been doing since morning? Account for the hours. I left at 7 o'clock. This is 5 o'clock. What have you done today? No. Christ doesn't do that. Christ is a part of what we do. I am with you. When you fall, I'll be with you. When you go through the fire, I'll be with you. When you go through the water, I'll be with you. He never leaves us. A husband should not leave his wife to be involved in domestics alone. A husband should assist where he can assist. People like me that is not domesticated, I can't cook anything. I can only boil water and make tea for you. That's all. But I still go to the kitchen. I still go around. Even though my presence there is to make noise. Walk around and be making noise. But at least I am there. And sometimes if I discover there's a plate that is needed, I pick the plate quickly, I bring it. If I discover it's knife they need, I carry the knife and give. I am also adding my own. I'm being a part of it. I'm supporting. I don't just sit down in the parlor, put channels. Buhari is not taking care of Nigeria very well. I don't do that. I don't do that. I go to the kitchen. I'm a part of the house. I go around. I go around. I fix things. Even though I have house helps. Yesterday I spent 2 hours fixing the bedroom, fixing my clothes because my clothes were not too organized. I couldn't bring anybody to do it. So I sorted my clothes myself. Sorted them, fixed them, organized them, arranged them, did everything without calling anybody to help. Why? Because I also am a member of the family and I've got to contribute my own quota to the well-being of the house. Christ will do that. Husbands, are you here? Christ will do that. The husband ought to do that. So, like I said, if you can't afford it, then make a plan to be useful. Play the part you ought to play as a husband. We read about Sarah and Abraham. Abraham had servants who were doing a lot for him. He had servants. You've got to love your wife enough to be a part of what she does and be involved in the things she does.